Darren. I'm from the Barrie area, and I've got a 1969 Dart that I've had now for about a year and a half. I've been bringing my cars to Gary here at Radical for probably 10 years now, and I probably brought him at least 10 cars. But this one here is a nice one that I found out of the US, out of Maryland, and all original body panels, and I just wanted to bring it back to the original B3 blue color. So when I brought it in, it just had some minor work to be done in the bottom fender and quarter panel. So there was just a couple of very small patches to put in, but primarily I wanted to get the car back to the original B3 blue. So this kind of reminds me of when I was a kid and grew up on a farm, and we drove these types of cars in the early and mid 80s. So I remember having a blue one just like this driving around. So it brings back some good memories. It's a rebuilt 340 motor with the 6-pack setup in it. Not original to the car, but it certainly makes a difference when you put a fresh 340 and the 6-pack on it. So rides nice. This will be my 4th one now, so I'm kind of partial to the Dodge Dart from growing up with them, but this is my 4th, and this will be the one that I keep. And it may sound funny, but primarily because of the color, and that's what I learned how to drive. Well, and for all the Dodge or Mopar guys out there too, the 340 6-pack is pretty attractive to keep as well. And these cars were destroyed. Like in the 80s, they weren't worth much. So we were driving these around the farm. You could pick them up for a couple $100. So it's kind of nice to be able to keep a bit of history, restore it. They just had a lot of character. Yeah. They had a lot of character.
Yeah, we're here today in the body shop side. Work has really come along on the 77 Volkswagen van. This thing turned into quite a fairly big job. It was lots of damage underneath, a ton of metal work in it.
Make it go around the corner, and then we'll see if we can get it to fit. So see, we gotta go a bit more. It's pretty close. Yeah, I'll cut the rest of the rust out all the way across, and then I'll be welding my new piece in.
Mike's done a great job getting it all smoothed out. This is just going to act as a guide coat So they're going to do the final sanding on it coming up in the next couple of days. We're going to get a nice dark blue on the lower and a white on the top. And then Chris has done a really nice job on all the seats are already done. So we're trying to hustle this along for them because they're going to be using it for promotional stuff this summer.
Well, this is a 1931 Ford. As I understand, the customer purchased this, and the same day that he was unloading it off of his trailer, he was backing it off, and the throttle stuck or something happened, and it come flying off the back of the trailer and actually hit the back of the car into his post of his garage and suffered some fairly extensive damage. It bent the rear clip. It actually broke the fender off, dislodged some of the bodywork. The gas tank underneath the car is bent and pushed forward right into the differential. So it's taken quite a hit. It's cracked the body all the way up into the roof line on both sides, and it's bent the rear clip down into the rumble seat area. So we've got to get into a little bit more. I'm suspecting that there's probably some frame damage as well on this back corner, but we won't know until we get it up in the air and do some measurements. You can just get it out here on the stones that are find your happy place. That's good. Do a quick wipe maybe?
We've just finished up on the 31 Ford that's been in for the accident. If you recall earlier, this fender, the lower valance, all this up in here had been damaged from the brick falling on it. They'd been involved in a accident where the accelerator had stuck, and guy had the car for one day and went right into the garage center post. So we were able to recreate all this for him, straighten all this out. There was some structural stuff underneath. There was a box and frame rail that was bent, so there's a bit of extra work in this one. We were very lucky. This is a hard color to match because without the sun it looks black, but it actually has a green flake in it. We were able to blend it up the sides, and you can't tell where we actually did the blend. We talked him out of some of the old tail lights that he had. They were just sort of strips in here, and we brought the old style teardrops in with the blue dots in the middle, which is sort of more correct for the period. Car came out pretty good.